So the most common types of low energy homes that we've got in the UK, now the word common there is very misleading because they are in the smallest percentage of what's being built at the moment. So one of the key terms that was used was zero carbon housing. Zero carbon housing doesn't increase the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere during the year of use. So zero carbon came about from the Code for Sustainable Homes that was brought in by the UK government. It was brought in 2007 and it had lots of different ranges of sustainability. Code 6 was the top level, and that was classed as zero carbon. It wasn't seen as an attainable regulation, and it was brought back in 2011 and then removed in 2015. The code, when you got to Code 6 level, you were looking at how you lived in the house. So all of your white goods and everything that you used had to be powered from renewable sources. So you couldn't have any fossil fuel providing electricity or heat for your house. So it was quite an unattainable standard to get to. However, when they removed it, they didn't replace it immediately. So by having a really high standard, it pushed the level of building up very quickly and to a point that we were trying to strive for that, but it never happened. By taking that away, there's nothing really there to strive for. Zero carbon as a term still exists and as we are now. Zero Carbon Hub are an organisation that promote trying to get to zero carbon as a standard. What they have done is taken the standard back so that it's a net zero. So not absolutely zero carbon emissions, but you can offset if you are having renewable sources of energy providing the heating and the power. So it's still something very worthwhile to strive for. So some of the common features that you see in zero carbon houses, it's an energy efficient design. So a lot of what we'll talk about in this next half an hour is solar design and also fabric first design. So the solar design is trying to use as much of the free solar gains as possible. So when a zero carbon house, it features large south facing windows and small windows on the northerly elevations, highly insulated walls and roofs, an airtight construction. I'm sure you've all heard and seen recently that there was a very much a big strive for lots of insulation, really, really thick walls. And about 2 or 3 years ago, it changed to let's actually try and create an airtight house. We will touch on that and the pros and the cons of it. Zero carbon also got the users and the designers to think about how they used the building. So they started looking at low flow water taps, low flow water cisterns, 100% LED lights in the house as well. So you did have to have a very strict way of working out how things were going to be used and designed. You top that up with some solar thermal or renewable technologies. Remember again, there was no fossil fuel to power the house, PV for electricity, and in the zero carbon method there was a lot of use of biomass boilers and also air source heat pumps. What will go at the end of this talk is hopefully you'll see that actually you don't need to do all of these things, but through the fabric first approach, is that actually we try and design out very expensive pieces of kit. I'm just making sure there's not any ground or air source sales companies that they can throw stuff at me, but I'll give you my thoughts on it anyway. So benefits and issues as there are with everything. So the reduced CO2 emissions during construction, better for the planet, no dependency on fossil fuels, which has got to be a good thing moving forward. Significantly reduced energy bills. As we said, we don't want to be giving the big companies lots of our money. Well, there was a perception that actually because you were getting, the design was going into more detail, that you had better consultants working for you. So everything was actually better thought out as well, over and above the energy efficiency. So issues or cons to it, increased design fees as well. Having better professionals, there's a perception that they will cost more money, and that did. From the zero carbon start to it actually finishing in 2015, the price difference had gone from about 20 to 30% in construction cost, roundabout down to 10%. So if you factor in that initial cost against the whole life savings you're going to get, it's actually a very good way of looking at it. So that's a little bit about zero carbon, which was one method of getting to low energy.